So first things first, we're here to talk about anime, but I just stumbled across this video that was titled An In-Depth Look at Aerith Gainsborough, but when he starts talking, he says, "This is how you revive Aerith." Now, spoiler alert, to be fair, if you haven't played the game at this point, what are you doing? Because it came out in 1997. I'm probably talking to some very specific people by saying that. But, look, Aerith dies. Aerith's death is a very integral part of the Final Fantasy VII story. In the remake, we haven't seen her die yet. I personally hope that we do. Anyway, my whole point is that this man starts his video by saying,
"You're not going to believe this. I was on superrealvideogamefacts.fake and I found a post that lays out exactly how to revive Aerith. It's super easy. First, you go to Midgar and you travel to Junon back and forth exactly 27 times without stopping. Then you get 5 copies of every Master Materia. Then you go to Shinra HQ and you flush the toilet exactly 10,000 times. I've done all of that, and now I'm on my 9,999th flush. So let's flush it one more time and see what happens."
That's crazy. That is the most dedication I've ever seen to bringing Aerith back to life. Like, we're all pretty saddened by her death.
Wait till the guys on GameFAQs hear about this.
I was!
Wait till the guys on GameFAQs hear about...
It's cool. It is really cool because, like I said, Aerith's death was really quite sad. Let's look into some anime shit today. Yesterday we looked at Kakashi vs Obito. We looked at Vegeta vs Toppo and also Madara vs the Shinobi Alliance. I really want to talk about Majin Vegeta vs Goku in Dragon Ball Z. It's one of my first introductions into anime, and it was actually my first anime tattoo was Majin Vegeta vs Goku. It's definitely up there in terms of my favorite battles of all time. So the first thing that we may as well do is look at Majin Vegeta's speech, because that is something that will send chills down my fucking spine every single time I hear it. So let's have a look at it. The music is great. Let's be honest, Bruce Falconer is a fucking genius.
Tell me, Vegeta,
Me small.
with that stamp on your head, I know Babbidi's been giving you orders. Is this one of them? Are you trying to fight me because of him? Or is this the same old story between you and me? Which one?
Does it really matter? Not to you, Gohan, but to a warrior it matters greatly. And you know this as well as I do, Kakarot. In a day, you'll be back to the dead, and I will not miss this opportunity. Who are you people? Don't you see the universe matters more than your meaningless squabble?
Okay, so right there's been 2 people, Gohan and Supreme Kai, who have obviously tried to stop the fight because Majin Buu is currently, like, brewing and about to hatch. Vegeta doesn't give a fuck. He only cares about fighting Kakarot. That's the only reason he let Bobbidi take him over like he did. That's the only reason that he succumbed to the power of the Majin. Obviously with the stamp on his head. And he's got the will to not become victim to being a slave to Bobbidi. He did all of that just to fight Goku. Just to fight Kakarot. And these guys, they don't know it, obviously, but these guys are standing there going, does this really matter? And The expression on Vegeta's face right here clearly says everything we need. He is fucking mad.
Meaningless, huh?
And he is
What
scared.
do you know of meaningless? Ah!
He's so mad, he's sweating.
Spend most of your life ruled by another. Watch your race dwindle to a handful. And then, tell me what has more meaning than your own strength. I have in me the blood of a Saiyan prince. He is nothing but a joke.
Years, 20 years, this has been building up for. Ever since Vegeta came to Earth, saw Goku avenge their people by killing Frieza. He's been not so secretly mad, but, you know, he's tried. He's tried to be peaceful. He's tried to not be mad. He's built a family. He's tried to do the normal, like, Earthling-ish thing, although Saiyans do have families and wives and that kind of thing. He still tried to essentially conform. What fucking choice did he have? His entire planet got destroyed while he was off trying to find Kakarot. Imagine the amount of resent you would have towards Goku after coming to Earth and just trying to find him and bring him home. And while you're fucking doing that, your whole planet gets destroyed, your father dies, everyone dies, and the guy that you came to essentially rescue turns out to be actually more powerful than you. Let's face it, Goku is the strongest. Vegeta is my favorite, but Goku is stronger. There are times where Vegeta does surpass him. I believe that now is one of those times. We're not going to talk about Super Saiyan 3, okay? Because it's not relevant. In this fight, Goku doesn't use it.
I've had to watch him surpass me in strength. My destiny thrown to the wayside. He's even saved my life as if I were a helpless child. He has stolen my honor. And his debts must be paid.
Okay, that one line. Let's watch it again.
Helpless child. He has stolen my honor. And his debts must be paid.
Gohan is sitting here going, what do you mean? But also, Dad, what are you going to do? His debts must be paid. He saved my life as if I were a helpless child, but his debts must be paid. To a normal human, that would seem really contradictory. But to us, knowing Vegeta like we do, knowing Goku and Vegeta's relationship like we do, it actually doesn't seem that far-fetched. Like, again, if it were a normal human saying that, you'd be going, I think you need a Valium, I think you need to relax, I think let's go and meditate, you seem a bit angry, let's give Bobbity his powers back, because I think maybe today's just gone a little bit far. But for Vegeta, it's perfectly normal. His pride is like his crowning glory. It's the thing that makes him Vegeta. If he didn't have that, he wouldn't be Vegeta. And if he hadn't have said something like this before the battle that ensues, the battle wouldn't be as meaningful as it is. It would still be really meaningful because of who it is, but the lead up to it and the speech makes it 10% more powerful and more meaningful. I'm really glad that they put this in, to be honest, and I'm really glad that they chose the like Vegeta Super Saiyan music behind it as well, because it's got the hell's bells and the depth behind it. This is all Vegeta. This whole thing is Vegeta. Yes, it's Majin Vegeta's speech. Yes, Goku's there. Yes, Gohan's there. Supreme Kai is there. But this is a Vegeta scene. 100% through and through. I love it when Goku stands like that. He's far less innocent. Far less peaceful. He's ready to fucking fight. Do you know what I mean? Okay, let's find the actual battle. Please pause. Pause. Thank you. That is a really good song. Track. It's my ringtone. I'll just search for it. Like, we won't watch the whole battle because it's going to be like fucking hours long. But we can get through a really good portion of it. I should have put in Majin Vegeta. And it's more like Goku versus Vegeta because, you know, Goku's essentially the one defending. It's a huge insult having this guy who Vegeta was raised to believe his entire life could never be as strong as him save his ass. It is a fucking huge insult. But what the fuck is Goku supposed to do? Let him die? You know what though? In their world, that would be honourable. And I do think that they got to a point, like, if you look at, like, the Tournament of Power, they were very just let them fight kind of thing. To a degree. I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, yeah. They ended up fighting together, but only because they fucking had to. But there's still that whole, if he dies, he dies mentality. Oh, and this! Vegeta... His wife is right there. What kind of fucking flex is this?
Is it slavery when you get what you want?
Oh, good grin. When he looks at you and smiles. Survival of the fittest, fucking for sure. This is before the speech, I think. Because Goku's not Super Saiyan. None of this evilness is like Bobbity either. None of it is the Majin. I mean, yeah, okay, the Majin is probably pumping through his veins pretty hardcore. I guess it would be like being on anabolic steroids. Where you're just feeling a little bit extra.
Know what you're doing. Stand aside.
Just a casual whip of the arm
This does
and
not
Gohan's
concern
fucking
you.
out of there.
It's between me and your circus clown of a father.
Circus clown. Well, that's a new one.
The way that Goku's feelings actually get hurt, it's like, oh, he hasn't learned yet quite how deep this goes for Vegeta. I'm just gonna skip forward a bit because we saw the speech.
Destiny thrown to the wayside. He's even saved my
We're just gonna
life
watch
as
this
if I
video.
were a helpless child. He has stolen my honor. And his debts must be paid.
And Goku's like, okay, fucking fine, I'll fucking fight you. Oh my god. But also, this is not a good idea. Oh, and this part as well, where Supreme Kai tries to stand in the way. He's like, you gotta get through me. What do you fucking mean? You're purple. So's Beerus, but whatever. You're purple, light purple, you're lilac.
Neither do I.
Gohan just like, what the fuck is happening?
Dad, you can't.
Imagine the fear you would feel being Supreme Kai right now. He is fucking packing himself. He just ends up stepping aside, because what are you gonna do? You either die, or you step aside. You have no other options. You can't fight him. And he's not fucking around either. It takes too long, but Jesus. That's true. Never met Beerus right here.
Fine. Do what you will.
I mean, Beerus doesn't exist right now. Supreme Kai's the only purple guy.
I can't stop you.
I'm
sorry, Supreme Kai. Yes.
I'm sorry, Supreme Kai, but I would have killed you. Yeah, if Kai had have died, then I love Bobbity. I love the Bora as well. Why is Gohan and Kai there?
No more excuses.
What? They're not part of
None.
this.
Dad, don't do this!
I like Gohan's
It's all
outfit
right.
though. I've got to admit,
There's no
I
point
like the full
resisting
black.
what cannot be helped. We will just have to continue our efforts with a new strategy.
Okay, the fact that Supreme Kai. Okay, let's break this down. He just almost died. He just literally had a near-death experience. Got teleported by Bobbity elsewhere. And is now humbly smiling, saying, "Don't worry, Gohan. We will just have to change our strategy." Now, I understand that they're warriors, and their whole being is about fighting and defending and, you know, being the Kai and all of that kind of thing, but I would be fucking so fucking out of there that it wouldn't even be funny. And I would not at all be like, you know what? It's okay, Gohan, we'll just change our strategy. I'd be like, oi, we're getting the fuck up out of here while these crazy ass dudes have a fight. Let's go.
While you two fight up here, Gohan and I will break open the ship's entrance and continue our assault against Babidi and Dabura.
That's fine, you should just have your fight. You have your little
I
fight.
believe we still have a chance at stopping them before Boo's revival. If tampering with the ship's entrance ruptures
smiling.
Boo's shell, it will still be better than allowing him to reach full power from the energy lost by Goku.
Get the fuck
After
out
all
of
the
here,
time I've
man.
spent tracking Majin Buu, I will avert him with my own hands.
Oh, no you don't. You're forgetting what I can do. Vegeta, destroy this nuisance. Kill the Supreme Kai.
I like this too. No. Imagine someone trying to invade your head like that.
The only way is to
I mean, I have that on a daily basis, but it's just me.
Yes, kill him, Vegeta.
Imagine if it was just someone completely different that you'd like never met before.
Babidi's entered his mind.
It looks hella painful as well.
You can't
He's all veiny.
let him live, Vegeta.
Or he's extra veiny. Vascular. Like I said, it's like anabolic steroids. He's just extra.
Him, Vegeta.
That must have been what they based this on. Just a cycle of Trenbolone.
I refuse.
What? Deborah.
Your business with the Kai, it means nothing to me. Kakarot is my only objective.
That's amusing, Vegeta, but I'm serious. Every fiber of your body I command you to destroy. Kill.
Okay, so this particular part, I really like. Okay, Vegeta's main like value proposition is his pride. Everyone loves him being so prideful. You know, we all like that about him. We all relate to that in a way. But this part in particular, he's truly driving that home. Like, Saiyan pride, you know, it does go very far. But this is Vegeta pride. I feel it's a little bit beyond Saiyan pride, although he calls it Saiyan pride all the time. This is fucking Vegeta pride. And the fact that he's fighting as hard as he is against clear physical pain, mental anguish, and he's still saying, no, because the only thing that I want to do is fight Goku.
Kill the Kai.
Bobbity gets so upset.
No.
What do you mean?
Get out of my head! I already told you! I will not be distracted from this anymore! I won't! It will take more than head games to stop me. You may have invaded my mind and my body.
Oh, here it is.
But there's one thing a Saiyan always keeps. His pride!
And he's just like that. Bobby's like, you know what, dude? I think I'll back away from this. Deborah like, dude, you should probably just leave him to it for a little bit, let him calm down, let his cycle wear off. I know, this is love heart scene.
But this has never happened to me before. Since when can the possessed say no?
See how many
to the
times I've heard a guy
possessor?
say that?
It doesn't make any difference, Bobbity. Just remember, his purpose is to steal energy from Majin Buu. So
When Deborah dies and like goes to like heaven with like Chi Chi and Bulma and that, and he's like real good, and he's got all those like flowers and like love hearts in his eyes, that's like up there in my top 10 Dragon Ball Z visuals that lives fucking rent free in my head.
why not let him have his way for now?
He's a
You'll only
demon
have the
king,
Supreme
man.
Kai and the boy to worry about. And
He's
I've
not
already
built
shown
for
you to
that.
handle them. This way, you'll see the Supreme Kai die at your feet.
Okay, blah 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 blah. They're having a rant. What are you doing, Gohan?
Thanks.
Oh, Senzu
I'll
Bean.
do what I can.
Don't worry, son. You've got all the power you need to beat these guys. Just remember how to fight with your feelings like you did against Cell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But how?
That would have been good if
Just remember
Gohan
all the
had.
people you're fighting for
done
and
that.
how much you care about them. And let that be your weapon.
I've missed hearing you, Dad. It's a shame this one day for you to be back had to get so screwed up, but I'm glad that you're here.
Nicey. Okay, bye bye. Now this. Yes.
I'm ready now.
That's good to hear.
Good, you're fucking finally ready.
The table has been set. Now let us begin!
Oh, this is so good.
The more time you and I spend fighting, the more damage I'll receive to fuel Majin Buu. So if it's all right with you, let's just skip the warm-up.
By all means. I just hope that being dead this long hasn't made your body fragile.
What the fuck? Vegeta has some of the best dialogue in all of Dragon Ball. I think Piccolo's pretty good. I think, to be honest, Beerus is pretty good. Goku obviously is just Goku, but Vegeta, in fact, Vegeta takes the cake when it comes to dialogue. He will actively insult people mid-battle, whether he's got the upper hand or not. I love that about him. And, I mean, like, Goku's not angry because he said that. He's just angry because he has to be here and do this whole fight. Nice. We love a good power-up.
At least you're stronger than your son was against Cell.
Ooh! See? Who says that? Okay, though. Something that really pisses me off this whole time, and I know I said we weren't going to talk about it, but Goku holding on to Super Saiyan 3. So, I've got trust issues during this battle. Like, just then, if you look,
Against Cell.
when he does this power-up, Goku looks scared. Now, I can't trust this fear now that I know that there is SSJ3 on the cards, that he's just fucking hiding in his back pocket. Like, Goku, are you scared? Okay, sometimes, when like, he's convinced himself that he's not going to use Super Saiyan 3, right? So, okay, maybe he is scared based on that. But it is like a trump card. Like, he has it if he needs it, and because of that, I'm not really trusting much of what Goku is expressing right now. Gohan, yes. Supreme Kai, yes. Goku, no. Vegeta, yes. I trust his emotions fully. At least you always know where you stand with Vegeta.
Wow, Vegeta. This might take longer than I thought.
You see? This is our fate! Our battle!
Already in stance. So good. Already flying. It's a good sign. don't know who lands the first blow. Oh, there we go. But again, is Goku just letting this happen? Is he letting him get the first blow? Is he letting him, you know, like there's a part in this fight where Vegeta has Goku up against the wall with his hands and his legs and his neck bound to the wall or the rock. And I'm just like, I don't know whether or not Goku just let this happen in order to appease Vegeta. I actually think he does touch on that at one point where he says something to that effect, but not so much. But nevertheless, like, I do feel like there was a little bit of, I don't want to say incorrect writing, because nothing's correct or incorrect, but just I would have preferred for Goku not to have been hiding Super Saiyan 3. I don't know, actually. Wasn't this written when they were going to have Gohan be the new hero and then SSJ3 came about when they changed their minds? I don't know. Quite possibly. Because it does seem like when Gohan was training for Mystic, or meditating for Mystic, and then he came to fight Boo, which, to be fair, that fight setup, is probably my favourite setup in all of Dragon Ball, where he comes down from the planet and, you know, he tells Majin Buu he's going to fight him. That's probably one of my favourite. But then he gets fucking rolled. Gohan gets absolutely fucking demolished by Majin Buu, which was a little bit disappointing. Everyone was disappointed by that because we had seen Gohan go SSJ2 against Cell. I do feel if Gohan had have, you know, been any kind of hero in the Majin Buu saga, it probably would have been a little bit overkill on Gohan's behalf. They did do him dirty, as we all will probably agree. We do want more Gohan and more powerful Gohan. But I don't mind the Super Saiyan 3 power-up. That's not necessarily what my issue is. My issue is that Goku was hiding it, you know, this whole time. This whole fight. I would have preferred for them to just kind of unleash it when he was fighting Majin Buu, when it did come out, and just for Goku to maybe be like, oh my god, I went Super Saiyan 3, that's fucking crazy. Holy shit, I don't know how to control this. What do I do with this? This is a lot for me to handle.
What's this? I thought you said we were skipping.
Look at the power behind them.
I guess I was wrong.
Just flashing and going. And the fact that this is just hand-to-hand combat at this point, I'm a big fan of hand-to-hand combat. I'm a big fan of sword battles as well. I do like power battles, you know, where they throw energy at each other. I do like that, but I think hand-to-hand combat is probably, you know, up there on par with sword battles, because it requires immense technique.
That's more like it.
I think this is where he explodes. Yeah, the whole cliff face. Now this picture is really cool. I used to have that as a picture on my wall as a teenager because I thought it was so cool. They do fuck all talking in this as well. Normally in Dragon Ball Z battles, they're really famous for just fucking around, having a chat, talking about their spirit bombs. As we know, in the Frieza saga, it was just all spirit bomb power, blah blah. Yes, Goku went Super Saiyan for the first time, but, you know, they're not messing around. They are here to battle. They're here to fucking fight and punch each other in the face. I love how Vegeta is kick dominant as well. Like, he kicks, I'd say 10 to 20% more than he punches. And I like that about him, because he's short. And he uses those short little leggies. Because he obviously doesn't have to reach with his armsies. And there we go with our first energy smash. Imagine thinking, oh shit, I've won, this is good. Where the fuck is he? I can't sense his energy. Where's it gone? Oh my god. Yo, he's making ground.
You're not going to win! Not this time!
What a struggle. And the thing is as well, when they're doing this fight, like the more energy they output, the more energy they're giving to Majin Buu as he hatches. Or as he incubates in his eggshell thing. So you're kind of watching this go, and like obviously that's why they started the battle with hand-to-hand combat. But like as you go through it and they start using more energy, you're kind of going, no, don't. But like, yes, do. And as a viewer, like I found myself feeling very conflicted because, yeah, I wanted this battle to happen and I wanted to see it and I wanted to watch it, but I definitely didn't want Majin Buu to hatch. I don't know who the fuck I thought I was kidding thinking that Majin Buu wouldn't be hatching considering it's the Majin Buu saga. But anyway, nevertheless, moving on. Let's go forward a bit. Oh, this part. This part's great.
Vegeta.
He just tosses him. And this. This is a Daddy Vegeta moment.
What's the matter? Not winning as easily as you thought?
I never said it would be easy.
You won't be winning at all. What, clown? Are you feeling angry, humiliated? Is that it?
No, 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 no,
You
no,
don't know what
no, no.
humiliation is.
Quite enjoying it, in fact, actually. I enjoy being tied up to this wall and being
Don't
slapped
worry,
in
I will
the face.
teach
It's
you a
great.
better taste, just
Favorite
as
thing.
you have taught
Quite
me.
enjoyable. And now we're going to go into the story about how planets were destroyed. We were warriors. We know! Fuck! We know!
The last of my kind.
And how did
On my
Vegeta...
shoulders rest the glory.
How did Vegeta's neck go from a stick to being, like, girthier than my fucking right leg?
Of an extinct warrior race.
He's no musclier.
Whole civilizations once trembled at the sound of my name. But you didn't, did you, Kakarot? And
So
at
basic.
your hands, your
Yeah,
common
basically.
hands, my honor and my pride, the foundations upon which I have always stood, began to crumble at my feet. It was at your hands that I suffered my first great humiliation, toppled by a piece of low-level trash.
Ooh. Trash. Deadlifts did not make his neck
Imagine my
thick.
added shame when it was you and not me who avenged our people by defeating Frieza. You, who were the first to achieve the pinnacle of our race.
You know what though? You know what I love about that Frieza scene? When Frieza's like cut in half and he's still talking so much smack to Goku. He's in, like, he's been bisected. He's in 2 bits and he's on the ground still calling him a fucking monkey.
First in 1,000 years to take a
He
place
gets what's
among the
coming.
Super Saiyans of legend. A place that
Oh,
I had been
small.
raised to believe was my royal birthright.
He sounds like Sephiroth. This planet
And
is my best
imagine the
man.
disgrace I suffered when the strength I had worked my whole life to acquire was surpassed by a mere child. Your half-breed son succeeded where I, the prince of all Saiyans, had failed.
Oh, unfortunate for Cell.
It is time to take back what is mine. I will not live my life as your second.
Am I the only one that thinks that Vegeta has a serious only child complex? Why can't he just share the fucking glory? Like, royalty does not do this to people. Royalty does not make them be like, this is mine and you can't have any. If anything, royalty is like, you know what, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna be the king of it all, but like, you peasants can just, you can have some. Just not much. Why couldn't he just do that? No, he's like, you know what, fuck you, I want all of this. All of this power is mine. And in fact, I'm gonna take this motherfucking planet and kill my wife on it as well.
That time is over. Every breath you take is an assault to my honor. But no more, Kakarot. By my hands, you will be cut down inch by inch. The way you have cut down my pride.
I'd love to have like a beer with Vegeta and just talk to him about mindset.
What?
And he gets smashed in the face with a rock. And into a cave.
Focus. I know you're here, Vegeta. Sense where you're hiding.
That was a really good reflex and deflection.
I'm here, fool.
Alright, let's fast forward a bit through the power struggles. We all know how it goes. This is where it gets quite cool as well. I think this was the end of an episode. What will become of Vegeta and Goku when they fight tomorrow on the next Dragon Ball Z? Whoever edited this actually did a quite good job. And look at them just faffing around in the air some more.
The battle between Goku and Vegeta rages on with explosive intensity.
Okay, moving forward. And it's just, it is more of the same. But it's still alright. I still like it, and I'm still not mad about it. And I still want it to keep happening. And I still want them to keep not fighting with energy. And I still want to know that Majin Buu is maybe not going to hatch, even though it's the Majin Buu saga. Can we agree though that the colours in this are really cool? Like, you know, the writer, Akira Toriyama, like, he did a great job with the colours on this. And in Super as well. Super has phenomenal colours, like the background in the tournament power has really nice colours where it's all purple and red and blue. But this is really cool. It's bright. It's going to keep your attention.
You become quite the escaper.
In my opinion, I feel like the Namek saga, or the Frieza saga, not so visually appealing with the kind of like green and brown, like desolate, like derelict background, obviously because, you know, of what's been going on there, but it's just not as visually appealing. When Goku does turn Super Saiyan, it is then more visually appealing because it's got that kind of yellow and that energy involved. with it, but I mean, I think that the visual appeal of an anime is super important, and I think that that's why Demon Slayer has done so well, because it is so visually appealing. It doesn't necessarily have the greatest storyline, although the story's not bad, but it doesn't have the greatest storyline. The dude's sister turned into a fucking demon, yet she's still conscious and doesn't want to be a demon. It's like, it doesn't take rocket science to write that. However, the visuals are phenomenal. The colours of the demons' eyes, the backgrounds. We've all seen the Entertainment District arc, in animation, and it's $100,000 to make an episode, and it shows. It's so good. Like, the graphic, the animation itself is really good, but again, the colours really, I think, actually almost carry it, if not for the animation itself, because, like I said, the story quite average.
Artist.
But
Maybe
this,
you just need some better finishing moves.
This is good.
I doubt that.
They're tired. It's been a big fight.
I'm amazed, Vegeta. These last 7 years in Otherworld, I've been through the most intense training sessions, but we're still completely even. I guess this whole time you've been pushing yourself even harder than I have.
That may be true. I push myself.
At this point, Goku could have said, okay, I know why he doesn't say that he's got Super Saiyan 3 under his belt. I know why. But at this point would have been the perfect time to say, well, you're pretty strong. I do have this though. Would you like to go up against it? Admittedly, that would have killed Vegeta. That would have killed his pride and everything like that. But I think that would have been better for the greater good, because then they wouldn't have been handing so much energy over to Majin Buu. Because Goku could have actually very easily won this fight by turning Super Saiyan 3. He could have won it by pretty much destroying Vegeta internally, and also physically. And the fact that he didn't do that is actually a little bit confusing based on Goku's character, because he's out to save the world, yet in this he's literally appeasing Vegeta by carrying on this
Up to
fight.
the edge of my limits and beyond. But you've been born with a natural talent far beyond my own. No amount of training could have closed the gap between us. I realize that now. It was made painfully obvious to me today as I watched your fight with Babidi's monster.
Oh, that was really cool. Where it was just eating energy. Quite enjoyable, actually. It was like that episode of The Simpsons, that Halloween episode, where Homer goes to hell, and they're like, so you like donuts, eh? Here, have all the donuts in the world, and gives him that donut, like, automatic eating machine. That's like that with that monster there, except for that monster died, and I don't think Homer did.
Imagine my shock to see the undeniable proof, to discover that no matter how hard I tried, I would never be able to catch you. A warrior prince forever living in the shadow of a low-level clown. So that's when I secretly made up my mind.
You mean you fool!
You did it
You
on
deliberately
purpose!
Let yourself fall under Babidi's spell.
Yes, I saw the power of Babidi's magic. At the World Martial Arts Tournament, those two henchmen he sent.
Oof. Oof. Videl, are you okay? Bruh. She's tougher than her, Gil. Oh my god. There's gotta be like censorship things that need to happen for this. Christ.
The people who had seen those fighters in the previous tournament couldn't understand how they become so powerful. But you and I know, don't we? It was Babidi's magic, and I knew that what his magic had done for those fighters, it could also do for me. I knew that if I allowed myself to fall under his control, the difference in our power would disappear. I'm quite pleased with the results, even if they do come at a price. I'd say the end more than justifies the means.
Vegeta, I don't understand. You've never allowed anyone to help you before in your life. Why start now?
That's
Why
true.
Bobbity?
That is true.
Because I wanted him to reawaken the evil in my heart. I wanted him to return me to the way I was before!
I don't think Vegeta was ever inherently evil. He thinks he was evil and he tries to say that he was evil. I don't think he was evil. Like, they had a job to do. And, you know, they had been raised and conditioned, obviously by Frieza, to destroy planets. But if you think about it, when you're conditioned for something, that doesn't necessarily make you bad. That means that your intrinsic belief systems are, you know, just what you've been conditioned to. So, him saying that he was evil, I don't think he was. And I think if he was evil, inherently, he wouldn't have been able to find love, get married, have a fucking family, etc.
Perfect warrior, cold and ruthless. I live by my strength alone, uninhibited by foolish emotion. But slowly, over the years, I became one of you. My quest for greatness gradually giving way to this life of mediocrity.
Feels.
I awoke one day to find that I had settled down, formed a family. I had even grown quite fond of them.
What a shame.
Would you believe I almost started to think the Earth was a nice place to live? Do you understand now, Kakarot? That's why I needed Bobbity to set me free by releasing the evil in my heart.
I think this is a load of shit. I really think this is a load of shit. Him trying to pretend that he doesn't love his family and needing to be evil in order to have power. We've seen that, you know, as Goku says to Gohan, power comes in response to a need, not a desire, and you have to create that need. He could have just gone about it in a different way and created a different kind of need to protect,
he has freed
perhaps.
me of these petty attachments. And I'd have to say it feels pretty good.
Do you really believe what you're saying?
See? Even Goku doesn't believe it. Oh, the big pink cloud. And then literally butting heads. Okay, moving forward.
There! I felt that power surge again.
He doesn't give a fuck.
We know that it's Majin Buu. What we don't know is how the others are faring against him.
He doesn't care. He just tried to kill his, like, own wife and shit. The stamp on Vegeta's head is pretty cool. Now this, the way that this fight ends, I am not a fan of.
It's as I thought. There's nothing to worry about, Kakarot. This Majin Buu has been revealed as a weakling. At least by the measuring bar you and I have set. Is it too hard to understand, clown? The Saiyan race has evolved since that creature was entrapped. Think of what the Supreme Kai said. He's been constantly surprised by our
Goku's like,
strength. On Bobbity's ship, we conquered what were supposed to be the strongest fighters in the universe, and we barely broke a sweat. Think about it, Kakarot. We Saiyans have taken a ruling place in the universe that even its greatest overseer couldn't predict. And Majin Buu may have ruled in his time, but now he's sorely outclassed.
You're wrong. I can feel something deeper inside him.
Enough with your feelings! You're just stalling because you know I'm going to beat you!
No, Vegeta. I know you can sense the same thing.
But he just doesn't care.
You're just too proud to admit it. You had to have felt that one, Vegeta. I don't think we can take this guy for granted. Not anymore.
Vegeta's nose is very pointy there. At this point, Goku wants the fight to clearly end. He's only on the defense.
We don't have any time for this now, Vegeta. We're the ones who let Boo out of his shell. It's because of us.
Fact.
Boo is just a sideshow. You are my only concern.
Everyone on Earth will be killed. You hear me? Bulma, Trunks, everyone.
Shut up! Shut up!
Oof.
Remember, I've sold my soul to Bobbity. I keep no loyalties. I have a Saiyan heart that depends on strength alone. They're nothing to me. Liar!
Ooh.
I don't buy it!
I agree. I do agree.
Talk all you want, Vegeta, but you better convince yourself of it first.
We all know Vegeta is lying to himself. Yeah. He is trying to convince himself. I love the way Goku's holding his mouth at the moment, just like, huh?
You win.
Here we go.
Our battle is
Don't
postponed.
like.
I want you at your fullest when we fight, and you're obviously too distracted by that ridiculous Boo.
Vegeta!
Well, don't just stand there. Get out your sensu beams. We should be at full power when we face him.
This is some bullshit.
With all of us working together, I'm sure we can beat this guy.
A hammer punch, you know. Fuck. This hurts me. This hurts me a lot. And just like that, Goku was down.
Even you can prove helpless when you drop your guard.
Well, yeah, what do you expect? You literally hit him with both of your hands in the back of the head. Ooh. Full power. Imagine just getting a restore like that. I could do with that.
I'll take care of this Boo myself. The last thing I need is for this clown to play hero again and dangle it over my head. We'll finish this fight when I return, Kakarot. Enjoy your sleep. And should your time run out before I'm done, then we'll have to continue this another day.
Vegeta seems really foreheady here. But, I mean, look. That's the end of the battle. After this, Vegeta goes to fight Majin Buu. And so on and so on. So, look. Here's my critical analysis of this battle. I think it's fucking tops. And I don't think it's tops for the fact that the battle is great itself, or the combat is great, or, you know, anything like that, or the mechanics or the dynamics of it in particular. I think it's so good because Vegeta demanded it. Vegeta being my favorite character, Vegeta demanded it. The way he got the power through Bobbity and letting Bobbity essentially take over his body. And the build-up behind it. The build-up for 20 years. The build-up for the entire of Dragon Ball Z, from the moment Vegeta came to Earth to find Goku, found out that he had built himself a fucking family and a network of friends, and then saw him avenge their people by killing Frieza. It all built up from there. We had been waiting for this for so long. When we entered the Majin Buu saga, we had no idea that it was going to encompass a Vegeta versus Goku fight. I feel like we all knew, and I'm talking literally 20 years ago in my life was when I watched this. So, you know, back then, we're just watching Dragon Ball Z thinking, oh yeah, it's just going to be villains versus good guys. And now Vegeta is one of the good guys, or like an anti-hero. So seeing a Vegeta versus Goku fight, I think that maybe we thought that it maybe might never happen. And if it does, it would kind of have its own arc. Or its own saga. Although you could argue that this is its own arc anyway. But, you know, they're kind of tied together with Majin Buu hatching, etc., etc. So, I mean, at the end of the day, that's why I think that this battle is so great, because it was such a strong and steady build-up, and it was going to happen eventually. I also think it's great because of the colours, like I mentioned before. I think the colours are so good, and I think colours are almost necessary in order to, you know, retain attention and also like decipher between particular battles. Like, you'll notice that, you know, any Dragon Ball watcher will, or anyone that's not even a fan, and you'll ask them, oh, you know, have you seen the Cell Saga? And they'll go, is that the green guy? Or have you seen the Majin Buu saga? Is that the pink guy? Have you seen the Frieza saga? Is that the white and purple guy? And so on and so on. So with this, you can very easily distinguish that this is the Vegeta versus Goku fight where it's all blue and all yellow. I do like that about it. It's very easily distinguishable from any other fight. It's not like it goes into the Majin Buu fight, although, like I said, they essentially are part of the same saga. They're still very, very separate in their own right. I love some of the dialogue in it as well. Like, especially at the beginning, I love Majin Vegeta's speech. I think it's up there with the best dialogue in the entire of Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Super, obviously a different anime. It's like Naruto and Boruto. Boruto? I always say Boruto. Boruto. Yeah, so I mean, in terms of Dragon Ball Z, definitely the best dialogue. Like, definitely. It does get pretty cool when Vegeta fights Majin Buu, and when, you know, they're fighting Majin Buu like later on in all of his different forms and Kid Buu and all that kind of stuff. The dialogue does get pretty funny. And when they're inside of Majin Buu, when he eats them, turns Vegito into a piece of candy, and then Vegeta and Goku, they get separated inside of Majin Buu, and they just have this like rivalry where they're just fucking shitty at each other. Well, especially Vegeta is shitty at Goku. And Goku steps into Majin Buu's like stomach acid and he starts getting digested, and he's like, and Goku's like, oh, what's that burning? And he's like, oh my god, you idiot, you're being digested. You know, like the dialogue in this is just so, and this whole saga is so good. But yeah, I do like the dialogue in this battle in particular, like I say, especially that speech at the beginning. It's got so much heart, it's got so much power, it's got so much behind it. You could not watch this battle and feel the same as if you hadn't watched it. Like, if you haven't watched, you know, all of the rest of Dragon Ball Z, and you just came into this battle, you'd be like, okay, this seems pretty powerful, but I don't fucking know anything about it, so it really wouldn't fit, like, you wouldn't have much, you know, attachment to it, it wouldn't have much meaning. But because we know so much about Vegeta's struggle and Vegeta's pain, it becomes so much more fucking meaningful, and as a viewer, you can enjoy it, you know, tenfold. So, this is definitely a 10 out of 10 anime battle for me. I do have a few 10 out of 10 anime battles, which I'm sure I'll cover as I go through this series, but this is a classic. It's good. Everyone kind of knows it as well. Even if you're not a huge Dragon Ball fan, you're still going to know it. Again, the colours help, but, you know, the word Majin, pretty distinguishable. Alright, well, that's me critical and professional analysis on the Majin Vegeta vs Goku battle. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time.